face it, then you fall to it, and you fragment into it, and its energy eats you.
Discussing fear. Fear is best understood through dreams. But fear is ultimately the only equal and opposite force to your light. And like, it's not some like surface layer handle type shit of, you know, oh, you're either operating based off love or fear. But I mean like the esoteric unlocking of all the doors is through the purging of the entire mind and subconscious of all fears, to literally look the devil in the eye and smile. Now this is difficult, and very, if anybody is capable of going to that depth of that layer, even if they have that courage and that fortitude and that understanding and that truth revealing vision. Simply because to become aware of those deepest fears, you must become aware of that which is unconscious, to make the unconscious conscious, so therefore the darkness no longer rules your life. You see, the principalities and rulers of darkness that abide over us is simply a lack of awareness of our entire self. And we've been hiding from ourselves our whole life. But on top of that, we were born into sin. We were born with a mind that was unaware of itself. It was already in the shackles, per se. The shackles of fear. Like this world, this body, the earth is programmed negatively. This is why you must ground a charge into the earth. It's programmed negatively, and you can see this in the animals. Their initial instinct is always towards fear. Although if you catch a wolf in a cage, and then you slowly domesticate it and befriend the wolf, perhaps by the end of its life, you guys might be operating on a more love-based relationship than fear and aggression. But the initial programming of all animals is fear. Animals run when they're spooked, right? When you approach, they'll hide. The birds will fly away, right? The initial programming is fear. It's the same with the body. And this is it's counterintuitive to the spirit. You see, you were born into sin. You were born into skin. You were born into a prison, right? The prison is that which is foreign to your original godlike divine nature. And because of this, you believe it to be true. Therefore, the God creates with the word of his mind, the logos. So you create, right, that which you believe to be true, but you create it in alignment with the laws of reality and the cycle in which you exist upon. You see, fear is the shackles that bind thee, and fear is the underlying cause of all the shit, and fear is the power of darkness. The brothers and the shadows of, the rulers out there. That's a quote from the Emerald Tablets. Fear is the shadow of fear is the power of darkness. The shadow of fear.
You realize that it is you, and then it has to return to its source, because you are the source. So in the dream, you face the fear, and it gets closer and closer to you because it's returning to its source and dissolving back into its source. And then you have it. It's within you. You've assimilated and integrated at that point instead of disintegrated. If you shy away from the fear, then it becomes the source, and you give the power up, and then you, as your energy in your body is eaten alive, and then you go through this whole process of going through the chute, reincarnating, And if anybody can follow me that far, they know about the shoot. So that's about it. That's really about it. Ayahuasca is food poisoning, but not to say it's a bad thing. It's just...
Shout out to my boy Taylor Bud. That man is the truth. I have never ever found someone who is more with it. Like, we got people out here, you know, like Aubrey Marcus and JP Sears, and, you know, some hella woke, hella actualizing dudes. But there's a huge difference between like the esoteric Taoist master and the self-actualizer. There's a huge difference. It's like, what plane are you playing on? Or are you just merging both? It's a merger of Hercules and Thoth. What you know about the seeds I sow and the fruits I reap. Well, shit. With that, just continue to seek. This is Immortal Truth. The truth that was, that is, and that will be. If you like my work, hit me up. Shoot me an email, say you came from Immortal Truth. Or, you know, go check me out over at Reality Files. I also do consultations. Hit me up. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a shout on any of the socials. And if you want to support, you know, the next level of truth, I really do appreciate Patreon or PayPal donations. I'm a broadcast kid that's living on faith, but I'm not really a broadcast kid because I'm an ancient being of absolute mastery, as we all are. We're just returning and remembering. But in truth, I do live off complete spirit of the times. Hell yeah. Hope you enjoy my rhymes. Peace out. See you on the other side.